All right, good evening. My name's Rick Bergen, CEO of pureVibranz, and we're looking at Healthy Living Series, Part 4. Parasites, Aging, and Disease. So, as we venture in, parasites in the human body. There's over 300 plus species, that can affect humans. And it's important to note that parasites are not just a problem in developing countries. They exist everywhere and often hidden. Protozoa, helminths, and ectoparasites. And the entry, where do you get them? You get them in food, you get them in water, skin, air, insect vectors. Of course, that's like when a mosquito, gives you a bite. So they come in all kinds of places, and it's very surprising. One of the gentlemen that Joe Blanton has spent some time with doing some detoxing, who test all kinds of products and water. And he said that he's tested hundreds of samples of water, and pretty much every one of them had some parasites in it. Found that interesting. So, parasite pathways. So parasites have multiple entry points into the body, right? Insect bites, contaminated food, water, skin, penetration, and auto-infection, are the, kind of the major areas. So helminth, helminth, can't even pronounce that. Worms, round tape, flukes, protozoa, Giardia, malaria, and ectoparasites, lice, fleas, ticks, we know about those. And here's all the different ways that these wonderful creatures find their way into our body. Right? So contaminated food, insect bites, skin penetration from direct contact, mother to fetus, and environment, bedding, clothing. Right? So there's many different ways these buggers accumulate, and that's where the problem starts. So how parasites impact our health. And these are some wonderful, one of the many wonderful parasites talk about here in a second, but they steal nutrients, right? They actually are one of the causes of malnutrition. So parasites compete with us for nutrients, and leading to deficiencies and malnutrition over time. So there's the first challenge. Oh, wait a minute. How did I get here? Oh, okay. We're back. All right. They release toxins. So they release toxins that cause tissue damage, and they impairing organs, health, and function in the process. So there's a problem. They trigger immune overdrive, right? Chronic inflammation. So overstimulate the immune system, leading to chronic inflammation and a root cause of many aging diseases, or aging and disease-related processes. For example, these wonderful buggers. Urinary blood fluke, known to cause bladder cancer. So, for example, the urinary blood flukes are directly linked to bladder cancer through ongoing irritation and inflammation. All right, parasites and aging, they increase oxidative stress. And, oxidative stress is a real problem for the body, because of the free radicals that are created that damage the cells and the tissues. Accelerated cellular damage also happens in the process. So they accelerate cellular damage and shorten health span by compromising key organs like the gut, liver, and the brain. They compromise organ function, liver, gut, brain, and the liver flukes, are linked to the bile duct cancer, a type of cancer that starts in the tubes called bile ducts, and they carry the bile, a fluid that helps digest fats, from the liver and the gallbladder to the small intestines. And they also amplify the hallmarks of aging, DNA damage, mitochondrial decline, and immune dysregulation. Just a few of the challenges we come across with parasites. Parasites and disease links, cancer, chronic irritation, and DNA damage. So parasites have a strong links to chronic diseases like cancer, autoimmune issues, so immune dysregulation in the body, and the persistent irritation and DNA damage from the parasites are associated with multiple cancers, autoimmune conditions, and the immune system can become dysregulated due to long-term parasitic presence. Neurological decline. So protozoa in the brain tissue. This is a real challenge. They can infiltrate the brain tissue, leading to cognitive decline and dysfunction. And parasite causing cancer. So the illustration shows parasites causing cancer through chronic inflammation and DNA damage. Signs of possible parasite load. So the symptoms of parasite infections often mimic other conditions, and that's why they can be overlooked. So chronic fatigue, nutrient deficiencies. Now, we know that there's dietary challenges for us, period, right? As far as nutrition goes. But if you add in some of these wonderful creatures that are competing with you for your nutrients, you can probably better understand why we're so deficient, right? It's a key challenge associated with it. Chronic nutrition deficiencies may stem from parasites consuming or blocking, right? So not just consuming, but blocking nutrient absorption. There's another challenge. Digestive issues, bloating, and irregularity. So bloating, diarrhea, constipation are very common indicators also of a parasite problem. Unexplained skin conditions and brain fog, right? So unexplained skin problems, brain fog, and persistent inflammation are additional red flags, for people to take note of. And that's, again, how we get to this misdiagnosis of what's going on. And persistent inflammation. So these signs should alert individuals to consider parasites as a possible hidden factor. And it's not something that, we normally deal with every day. People don't talk about it, don't think about it. And as a result, many of us end up with a challenge and the doctor has no answer for it, or doctors. All right, so natural and lifestyle strategies, right? So preventive hygiene, right? Hygiene and safe food practices, right? First key steps, and you want to make sure you're washing your food and being cautious about what you're eating and where it's from. Support detox pathways. So supporting detox pathways with minerals, oils, enzymes helps the body flush out toxins, right? Because you've got to be flushing them out. And if you don't support this detox pathways, you're going to have challenges because we get overloaded, right? So over time, from the parasites, not to mention all the toxic stuff that we come in contact with that we talked about actually last week, you've got to make sure that you're taking care of them because otherwise you're going to have more challenges. Nutritional defense, minerals, oils, enzymes, as I mentioned. So antiparasitic herbs like garlic, black walnut, and clove. Nutritional defense through nutrient-rich diets, right? Strengthen the resistance to the parasites and the infection. Antiparasitic, herbs like garlic and black walnut, clove are time-tested supports, reducing parasite load, right? And that's it. That's where the real problem comes in is the parasite load increases, especially if we're unaware of it. In addition to holistic anti-parasitic products, right? So as part of the holistic lifestyle, not just quick fix. And that's the thing that people need to realize is that because of the fact that just like toxins, we come in contact with these things all the time. And whether it's through the food, through the water, through the air, mosquito bite, whatever it happens to be, if we're not constantly making sure to detox the body, to make this part of our lifestyle so that we're keeping the, if you will, the pipes clean, right? We need to make sure that's the case. Otherwise, the toxins are going to build up. Otherwise, the parasites are going to continue to do what they do. And many times, unfortunately, more often than people realize, they bring on things that we call cancer. So it's something really to keep in mind and realize that they're everywhere. Most people, if not everybody, has them. In fact, I think everyone probably has them. But the degree of your health, right? So how much you're eating health-wise, how much you're taking supplements that you need, or you're getting supplementation somehow, you're going to have them. But if you keep the immune system up, you keep the detox pathways cleared, the lymph system working, all of that stuff, it's going to make all the difference in the level of effect on the body at any given time and help you to avoid a dis-ease that nobody wants. One of them being aging at a rapid rate. Major, major problem with aging. So some closing thoughts. Parasite awareness supports healthy aging. First thing to consider. Defense equals nutrition plus detox plus immune strength. So it's all about that, right? This is kind of a threefold plan. Nutrition, detox, and immune strength. You got to keep it up. Strong immunity, clearer energy, and that is the result, right? And you can see that, especially when you can see people that they look healthy, right? If you measure their energy field, you can see in the field that they're healthy. That's what keeps it clear. So lifestyle changes and participation in community learning like pureVibranz Talk to stay informed and supported. So here's a couple of books. So top 5 books on parasites and disease. Now these 5 are actually, I'm going to say, more about the science, right? Parasite Rex, engaging science writing that explores how parasites shape evolution, ecosystems, and human health. Guess what came to dinner? A practical health guide linking parasites to chronic issues and providing lifestyle and diet prevention tips. Human parasites, diagnosis, treatment, prevention, a detailed scientific reference covering parasite biology, diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. And Parasite Chronicles, a memoir-style reflections from a scientist, blending travel and research with stories of parasite discovery and parasitic diseases. Classic academic text that serves as a foundational resource for parasitology and tropical medicine. Here's some key takeaways from the literature. Parasites are global, not just tropical. They accelerate aging via nutrient loss, toxins, and inflammation. Immune suppression is a reoccurring theme across the text. Lifestyle and diet play a crucial roles in prevention. And public health and personal defense equals best protection. You sending that in?
This, why don't you tell anybody want?
Yeah, so we're going to send out this list, just so you know, but we need your email, and
People haven't had it yet.
there's more to come. So now these books are really holistic books of dealing with parasite cleanse. So the Parasite Cleanse Plan Guide, right? A full family-friendly plan, herbs, recipes, action plan, emphasis on gentle but effective cleansing and restoring balance. Dr. Barbara O'Neill, Parasite Cleanse, very actionable, natural remedies, herbal recipes, gentle detox protocols. Useful for people wanting to use time-tested herbal approaches. Holistic healing in parasites. Covers types of parasites, signs, symptoms, herbs, diet, mind-body support, prevention, maintenance, a good starter for holistic beginners. And The Parasite Cleanse by Mabel Wells. And this combines wellness recipes, meal plans, superfoods, herbs, addresses both gut and brain health in relation to parasite burden, holistic and science-informed, and reclaiming your health naturally. And I love the name of this author, Sage Sprouts. Isn't that perfect for a natural health book? Focuses heavily on herbal lifestyles, diet, and ritual practices. Very wellness oriented, less clinical, more readable, and inspirational. So takeaways from the holistic wellness books. Diet and herbs form the foundation of holistic parasite defense. I'm all about that. That's a great start. Detox protocols should be long-term and supportive rather than aggressive. So, the challenge, from what I understand, with aggressive protocols is that if your body's not ready for the level of detox, that's where you run into trouble. That's where the problems occur, right? The body's just not ready for the level of detox you want to throw at it with the parasites. And you can cause other issues. So it's something to be cognizant of. And it goes back to the whole lifestyle thing of, are you in a constant state of detox? So you're cleaning these things out before they become an issue at a slow rate. Gut-brain connection is central in many approaches, right? Because of the connection between the gut and the brain. And it's a great place also for parasites to hang out. Holistic lifestyle practices, including hygiene and rituals, enhance prevention. And natural remedies are favored over harsh chemicals. And um, I think that's something to really keep in mind because obviously, if a natural remedy can take care of the problem, you're always, in my opinion, going to be better off. And all right, now let me stop the recording.